Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Pauper Ponderings. My name is Austin and I am back again with a sweet pauper brew for your enjoyment. Before we start though, I'd like to make a quick shout out to the Manabase, www.themanabase.com. Make sure to check us out online, as well as to like, share, and subscribe to this video if you do enjoy it. Hopefully if you keep up to date with the Manabase, you'll have seen a couple of our new content contributors this week. Mark with Life Begins at 20, as well as the Oracle with his limited series. So make sure you check those out over on the YouTube channel, over on the Manabase, www.themanabase.com. So this week, we are playing a deck that is essentially a mirrored version of an old legacy deck called Canadian Threshold. And this deck was sent to us by Trekzilla. So thank you to Trekzilla. He wins $10 in Fusion Gaming Online Store credit, which is pretty sweet. With Am and Kent just around the corner, he's got some money to spend on that set, depending on what you like, whether that be Pauper cards, whether that be Standard cards. Now that Feldar Guardian is banned, there's sweet Standard to play. So the deck is essentially some burn spells, some counter spells, some hard to deal with threats that are undercosted, and then your enablers. So what do I mean by enablers? Well, all of these cards, all of these creatures are undercosted in a way that you kind of have to work for them. So Delver of Secrets, we all know, 1 mana, 1/1, and then if you flip a instant or sorcery, he flips into a 3/2 flyer. So we have cards like Brainstorm to help us with that. Then we have 4 Nimble Mongoose, which is a 1 green 1/1 with Shroud, and then if you have Threshold, you get +2/+2. So we have cards like Faithless Looting and Thoughtscour to help us with that. Werebear falls into the same category, and then Hooting Mandrills is kind of Werebear number 4. He's just a little bit easier to cast depending on the situation. You don't want too many Delve creatures so you can mess with the Nimble Mongoose or the Werebear. I apologize for my voice. I'm getting close to getting it back, but it's still a little foggy. So we have the 4 Faithless Lootings again. These are going to help us fuel Werebears and Nimble Mongooses and Hooting Mandrills. They're also going to act as kind of card advantage engines with the Root Wallas. So these have Madness 0. So if you know from Shadows of Innistrad or Eldritch Moon, there was the Madness mechanic. So with Basking Root Walla, you can discard it and then cast it for 0. So this is a pretty sweet card, and the ability to cast it for 0 off of a Faithless Looting is definitely very powerful. So the counter spells that we picked for this deck are 4 straight up counter spells, 1 Dispel, and then 4 Rune Snags, because with cards like Faithless Looting and Thoughtscour, we're going to be putting a lot of cards into our graveyard. And the way Rune Scour works is it scales up depending on how many Rune Snags are in your graveyard. So if you have 2, if you have 1 in our graveyard, it's essentially strictly better than a Mana Leak, and then so on and so forth. So this is a pretty sweet card, and I'm excited to play it in this deck. The mana is pretty straightforward: Evolving Wilds, some Forest Islands and Mountains, and then just a couple dual lands. So if you go over to the sideboard, playing 4 Electrickeries because, it's mono red. Even with Almond Cat out, I think Electrickery is better than Blazing Volley. We have 3 Stormbound Geists for any sort of mid-range matchup, 2 Ancient Grudges for the Affinity deck that hopefully we play against, as well as 3 Natural States, and then 3 Dispels if we run into any sort of control deck that is looking to counter our spells. So I'm pretty excited. We're playing with some powerful cards, and because I work in a game store, we get to open Am on Kent packs. So hopefully we win 3 rounds so we can open 3 Am on Kent packs. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are too. Again, if you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you want to make fun of my voice, make sure you do it in the comments. As well, if you want to check out my Patreon, it is just in the description below. And again, if you want to make fun of my awful voice, please do it in the comments below. And I'll see you guys back here for round number 1.